Would you like to know how astrology and journaling can guide you through times of transition and personal growth? Well, today's episode, which is the first segment in the very special Grief and Rebirth podcast, Rise and Renew Host Takeover Experience Series, will open these wonderful healing opportunities for you. I couldn't be more thrilled to introduce my friend, Mary D'Agostino, who is a terrific intuitive astrologer and healer. Mary's here to share how aligning with the cosmos and tapping into the power of journaling can help you set your intentions for a transformative 2025. And she will also guide you through a powerful meditation, offer insights on the moon's influence on your personal growth, and show you how to embrace self-love during times of change. Come join us.
Hello, and welcome to Rise and Renew, a Host Takeover Experience. I'm Mary D'Agostino, intuitive and creator of Heart of Gaia Healing Arts. And I'm thrilled and honored to be taking over today for my dear friend Irene Weinberg and her podcast, Grief and Rebirth. So happy New Year, everyone. New Year, authentic you. I am coming to you from my healing space, and that is called Heart of Gaia in Fort Collins, Colorado, on this very first day of 2025. So a little bit about me. I'm an intuitive astrologer. I'm a healer. I'm a psychic medium. I'm also an author and a teacher and a journaling lover. So I work both virtually and in person. And today I am beyond thrilled to be sharing with you all that have gathered here in any area of time, whether it be 1st of January or any time during January. I am thrilled to be bringing you two of my most favorite spiritual personal growth tools. One is astrology and one is journaling for ensuring you have a most loving, peace-filled, fulfilling, healing, transformational 2025. So we're going to work together here for the next 40 minutes or so, and I'm going to share with you these tools. It's interactive, and the intention that we're setting is to connect you with the true goals of your soul and set them into motion for 2025. So, goal setting or resolutions, they're so last century. So instead, we're going to be aligning with the cosmos, the moon, via the moon, our inner wisdom and our authentic selves, as I like to call that part of who we are, our inner wisdom, our authentic self, our wise self, our soul self, our higher self. Those are the terms. And that's the part of you that I'm going to be connecting with today. You're going to be opening to and receiving messages and insights and blessings and healing and guidance and wisdom to start you off on the best year yet. So the intentions are Happy New Year, happy authentic you. We're going to be setting intentions with the moon, astrology, and journaling instead of goals, instead of resolutions. These are incredibly loving. And these are going to be set in place to help you find what you may need most in 2025. Everyone is a little bit different, but we all have similar goals of our soul. And for us that have gathered here, we are finding inner strength. We're embracing growth, even in tough times. And mostly in tough times, we've all had them. And we all have gleaned information and wisdom from them, and there's more to be had. Times are going to continue to change, and we'll talk a little bit about that collectively. I will share with you some collective wisdom from the moon, the astrology that will be present for us in 2025, the beginning, just to give us some grounding, some hope, because there's a lot of hope. There's so much hope on offer. So we're going to be, as I said, finding inner strength, embracing growth, creating meaningful transformations, and moving forward through 2025 and beyond with authentic joy, authentic, real life joy, those goals of our soul. All right. So you with me? You want to do this? Thank you for being here. Thank you for trusting me, for trusting Irene and all the wonderful healers and intuitives and guests that she has on her podcast. We're all here to give you the best start, the best way forward, and to share our wisdom and experiences with you. There is a lot of that energy in 2025, sharing the wealth of our common humanity and our spiritual connections that are already in place. So here we go. 2025, January. It's here. What do you think? How you feeling? I'm going to talk a little bit about the new beginnings. I personally love new beginnings. I love them. New years, new starts, new days. And, that may have to do with my astrology, and we can go a little bit into that later. Some of us are born wanting and loving new beginnings. Some of us are in the middle going, okay, I kind of like the middle way. Others are, all right, well, it's a rough climb up here. How's the top of the mountain? So we all have our own unique vibration and our own unique soul path. And that's why I love astrology, because I see it as your soul blueprint. Yep, soul blueprint. So here we are, beginning of the new year. And all of us are probably feeling a little bit tight, like don't want to let go, or gripping, or what's next, kind of like waiting. But I'm here to invite you into this space right now. So wherever you may be listening to this, watching it, just take a moment, take a nice deep breath, and just do your best to just feel the release of the old 2024. Everything that is good and helpful, supportive of you from 2024 will be coming with you. Everything that is no longer necessary is not. So just take another deep breath into that truth. Releasing 2024 and opening up to 2025. And I'm inviting you into this generously loving space that I have curated for you so that we can be fully ready and prepared to meet each day forward with the most self-love, self-care, and self-appreciation possible. 2025 is the year for that, the year for you, the year for deeper self-love, self-care. The way to authentic joy is always through that portal. And opening to ways to embody your light, embody your higher self, your authentic self, embody it, hold it, carry it. So you have entered into this generously loving space. And while I curated it for you, we are curating it together. So no matter when you listen, you know that you are a part of this heart space, this generous, open, expansive heart space. And I want you not to worry. Don't worry. You don't need to know anything about astrology or journaling. You can either be a beginner or an aficionado. We're setting intentions using the rhythms and cycles and energies of the beautiful moon. And we're setting them using pen, paper, thoughts, ideas. And this time together is now. You're entering into it. You're in it. It's a potent healing space for everyone who happens to listen, no matter where in time and space you're listening to this. So just to get ready to make the most of this experience that we're in, that I'm bringing to you, it's going to be about learning and how to put into practice the timeless art of journaling and following the cycles of the moon. And again, you can know everything about astrology or nothing. You can know everything about journaling or nothing. but it matters not. This is for you. This time is for you to get ready to listen and receive guidance directly from your heart. And we're awakening. You're awakened. Your heart is awakened already. Can you feel it? Can you feel a bit of an awakening in your heart? A curiosity, a desire to say yes. Let's say yes. So I'm going to share, again, as I said, messages and insights for you from the first full and new moons of 2025. When I talk about astrology, I'm going to use words that are meaningful to you that just mean, very simply put, the moons. And then I'll talk a little bit about sun signs. And don't worry, I'm going to share with you all that you need to know. I'm prepping you to open again your heart and open your mind. So we're going to talk about the first full moon of 2025, which happens on January 13th, and then the first new moon of 2025 that happens on January 29th. So you're going to hear ways to awaken your intuition and activate your light. Remember, activate the higher self, activate the authentic self, the wise self, the joyful, authentic you. And you all can do it. There's no doubt in my mind it's happening already. We have a little astrology ahead, a little self-care, and a lot of support in the renewal and transformation that is on offer as we step into January of 2025. So much renewal, focused intention on your own heart and emotional, beautiful, authentic self. And I want to make sure you stay tuned till the end. So I'm going to share with you at the end some special offers that are coming to you to support you in these tools of astrology and journaling, and how you can use them in healing and your spiritual and healing toolkit for the year. So to prepare, I want you to get a cup of tea, a journal, a pen, something to write with, piece of paper, and just make sure you're comfortable. Make sure you're listening and can receive, and know that you can always stop the recording and go back and listen. And the important things will be in the show notes. And this is a class of experiential learning, the best kind, where you just say, what I need to know, I will receive. What is for me, I will receive. That's how I work with your energy. And the words, the information, it seeps in, it goes where it is needed, and you get to use it fully. So again, get prepared. If you're driving, I do not recommend you listen to our time together here while you're driving, or operating machinery, as we say. The best way to listen to this, to participate, is to be in a quiet place where you're not going to be disturbed for the next 30 to 40 minutes. You won't be interrupted. You can take this time just for you. We're already practicing self-care, self-love, connecting with the moon rhythms, connecting with your own inner rhythms, your wise self. We're going to do some guided meditation. I'll give you some journaling prompts, and you're going to receive messages from the cosmos and spirit ahead. So if you need to pause, now's the time to do it. And welcome back. Welcome, welcome. Okay, we're in it. We're in this together, everyone. All my beautiful fellow travelers, thank you, thank you. We're going to open our time together, our learning, our receiving, our teaching time together with a meditation where I'm going to be setting the sacred space. We're going to be doing it together. We're connecting time and space. Across time and space, may anyone who listens to this in the future be connected in this beautiful heart grid that we're creating now. As I create the sacred container for all of us that have gathered, knowing that you are a sacred container, as is our time together. So just take a nice breath, deep breath, inhale. You are a sacred container. Oh, that's beautiful. And, what we've moved into collectively is humanity wanting to connect heart to heart with each other, the planet, the spirit world, and love. So just feeling that, I'm calling in your spirit, your loved ones in spirit that have so much love for you, your spirit helpers, and just feeling that we're surrounded by this beautiful, unconditional love. And if you haven't already, you can close your eyes and imagine, sense, feel, or know that you have around you a beautiful pink bubble. It's light and airy, and the only energies allowed in are love, the unconditional love of the divine. Whatever you may consider life force energy, the divine, it's love. And it comes from our spirit helpers, our loved ones in spirit, it comes from the earth. So feel the love, the unconditional love and support of the earth below your feet, the cosmos above, and just be held for a moment in this warm pink light of the collective one heart, the higher heart. And then, if you will, I want you to breathe in love. Take a breath and breathe in love. And then breathe out love. And one more time, breathe in love. And exhale love. And then I want you to think for a moment of what word you are craving, what word that you desire 2025 to be about. Love, peace, harmony. I'm throwing a few out there. Connection, joy, just a simple word, whatever one may be lingering in your awareness right now or popping in. What word comes to you in this pink, juicy bubble of love? And it can be love. So pick your word, and then on the next inhale together, we're going to inhale whatever word you chose. And I'm going to say love. Inhaling love. And exhaling love. Okay, I want you to do that one more time at your own pace. Inhale the word you chose for 2025 that feels supportive, that feels embracing, that feels desiring, like, yes, I want that. Breathe it in and exhale it. All right, good job. We've created sacred space and a bubble of love and all those other powerful, potent words that are all now around us. We're sharing them with others in this space and time. And so we can feel supported in that. So we're ready to move into our next part of our time together. So you can stay in your bubble of love, stay in your bubble. And as I go on, I'm going to talk a little bit about the spiritual tools, the personal growth tools of the moon, following the phases of the moon. So astrology in and of itself, is vast. It is the study of the stars and the moons and the planets in space and time. And we have been studying that for thousands and thousands of years, we, humanity, trying to make sense of life, trying to help guide us. Our ancestors, those who have come before us, tried to make sense of life through the seasons, the moon, the sun, and it's all connected and it's very real. It is very much a part of life on Earth. So we're going to just look at today the phases of the moon for 2025 in January to help us get a real feel for what intentions we're setting, what goals, self-loving intentions. And then we're going to align those intentions with the energies of the moon. So the astrology is vast. The moon is a small part of it, but it's a very powerful earth. It really resonates with us as humans, doesn't it? Everybody knows about the moon. It's a dance. It's a dance between the earth and the sun and the moon. So those are the three heavenly bodies that we are in communion with, in a dance with every single day. We wake up to the sun rising. We end our day to the sun setting. We see the moon. We may pay attention or may not, but the moon has messages. It has insights. It has blessings. And our ancestors knew that. So I always like to think that my grandparents and great-grandparents, as well as yours, were looking at the same moon we look at. Imagine that. And they were thinking about life and love and their families and their work and all of that under the same moon as you are. So next time you look at the moon, and on January 13th, when the moon is full, just imagine all of your ancestors past and all the blessings and prayers that they spoke into the moon, and that they're yours now. They're coming down from the moon. So the other thing that I want to mention is that the moon is the key. It's a key, it's a portal to unlocking your intuition and your inner knowing, your connection to that authentic self. The moon is a key. You see it. You see it in its many phases. Imagine if it's a key and that it is yours to use now. And then astrology is your birth chart when you were born, the day you were born. The moon was in the sky in a certain place, the sun and the planets. And that is your soul blueprint. So your birth chart through astrology is a blueprint for your soul journey. And the key to unlock your soul blueprint is the moon. The moon unlocks your soul blueprint. It unlocks your connection to your authentic self, that which you came into this lifetime to experience, understand, grow. So let that settle in for a moment. You have a key. Let's use it. All right. So just letting that settle in, I'm going to talk a little bit about the moon and my connection with the moon. And as I'm going to tell you my history with connecting with the moon, I want you to think about your connection with the moon. When did you first notice that ball of light in the sky and wonder about it, or have you ever? Well, I'm going to tell you about mine. And when I first started to think about the moon or notice it, I was a little kid, under 10 probably. And I remember riding in the family car with all my brothers and sisters. And it was in the time before kids had to wear seatbelts. And we're all bouncing around in the car coming back from grandma's. We didn't go in our car much. We didn't go out at night much. But I remember seeing the moon, dark night, driving home in the car, bouncing around. And I look out the window and there's the moon, and the moon follows. And I remember thinking about that, wondering. So the moon is the key. It unlocks the mystery of your inner self. So right then, think about when you were a kid and when you first noticed the moon. Did you think about it much? It was calling you. Yeah, the moon followed me, followed our car. And I remember saying, Dad, how come the moon's following us? And of course, Dad in the car bouncing around with 6 kids and no seatbelts. He was not interested in letting me know about the moon. So fast forward, my next experience, and think about yours. Let this wake up your own experience. I had a little child, a little girl, my first little girl, and I remember standing outside and it was dark and it was a beautiful night and there was the moon and she pointed her little finger up and said, "Moon." And I thought, yes, look at you, moon. And we sang that song together. I see the moon and the moon sees me. And that's when I started thinking about my grandparents and my great grandparents and backwards and how what a wonderful thing that we're looking at this moon together. And it was so sweet. She was so intrigued and curious. So open up that part of who you are. Curious, intrigued, wondering, childlike. And then fast forward again, and it was, for me, it was 2000, the year around 2000. New century, new way to live. No more hardcore going for resolutions, but setting intentions with the moon. And I was going through an incredibly difficult time in my life. And I wasn't told this, but I started to look at the moon and watch its phases. And it felt very comforting to me. And it felt very compelling, like it was pulling me in, but in a very loving, gentle way. And that's the energy of the moon. It has a divine feminine quality. It is known by the ancients and the astrologers and still as the feminine, divine, feminine goddess energy, the intuitive aspect of our human self. It is incredibly loving and nurturing. And, it pulled me in and I started to pay attention to it. And then, of course, as things would be, as what I am opening you to now, as you are already open to curiosity, what is beyond grief? What is rebirth? What is renew? What is this new way of authenticity and real joy? It's calling you. And the moon called me. And of course, then I had started to have synchronicities. I started to meet astrologers and people who talked about the moon and knew about goddesses, and this whole other world opened up to me. And it was so timely and needed and helpful and helped me on my journey. And so here we are in this time and place where so much is changing so rapidly in our outer world that we're being called individually to turn within and to really, truly heal and empower and get to know our wise self. And that's the tool of journaling. Journaling is the yes to your inner wise self, giving yourself time to write feelings, thoughts, ideas is the most loving thing you can do. Most loving thing. It is the key to your inner world. The moon is the key to your soul blueprint, and journaling is the key to your inner world. And as the world outside gets noisier and more chaotic, especially the first 6 months of the new year, you can and will use this tumultuous time to turn within for inner healing, reflection, setting intentions that are the true goals of your heart and soul. So just take a break, hear a breath, taking a breath together. Again, remembering that all that I'm saying and speaking will settle into your being, and you can go back and listen. So I'd like you to take out your writing journal if you haven't already been jotting little thoughts or ideas, and just have it with you. And I'm going to go into speaking of and a meditation with the first full moon of 2025. I'm going to share with you a little information, a little channeled information. So here we go. The first full moon in 2025 is occurring on January 13th. And know that the energy of this moon is present before, during, and after that day. And you can tap into it when you need to. So it doesn't matter when you're listening to this. The energy is being channeled into this time, my voice, this space. So this moon is full in the sign of Cancer. As I was speaking about the divine feminine and the goddess energies, the sign of Cancer is all about the moon. Every sign, every sun sign has a luminary, a planet that it is very deeply connected with. And the sign of Cancer is deeply connected with the moon. So it has all those luscious energies of the mother, the caring, nurturing, unconditionally loving mother. And this is a time to heal. As you think about the mother, I want you to go to the archetype of mother. You might think of a deity, a goddess mother. You might think of just a person or just an energy of nurture, safe, secure. This is a water sign. The energy that we will be meeting with is our emotions and our feelings. And so I want you to close your eyes, put your pen down for a moment. And I just want you to listen to the words that are coming through this full moon energy. Safe, protected, all your needs are met. Nourishing, nurture, secure, love, connection. So again, that pink bubble is there holding you. This full moon is inviting you inward to connect with your feelings, which are connected to your intuition and your knowing. And as you sink deeper into self-love and self-care and take time to reflect and journal and give yourself space, you will begin to feel at home in your own skin. This full moon in the new year, of the first of the new year, is here to help you feel at home in your own skin. To mother yourself in ways that you may never have been mothered, but you do know how to do that. So the writing that goes with this, the journaling prompts, a couple of them, and remember, you can go back and listen and take more time, but right now I am going to speak them. The journaling prompt is, how can you best take care of yourself and give yourself what you need? How can you best take care of yourself right now, not in the future, but today? How can you best take care of yourself and give yourself what you need? I'm encouraging you to just write whatever's coming into your awareness. Write a few words. The other question, journaling prompt, what makes you feel nourished? What nourishes you? What nourishes you physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually? So you're going to want to come back and work with that under the full moon for the whole month. You have time. It's all about you. What nourishes you? And just pick one little thing. So there's a forceful energy with this full moon. It's forceful. It's going to push you. So you might be prepared to feel pushed. Like a loving mother, I'm going to be with you every step of the way, and I'm not going to let you not nourish yourself. I am adamant. And that's the energy of this moon. This Cancer full moon on January 13th is saying, sorry, nope, There is no way around this. You must take an action. So the channeled information, take an action will be needed. Speak up for your needs and be sure you're giving yourself what you might want others to give you. Be willing to give yourself what you've been waiting for someone else to give you emotionally, to fill your cup. You've been waiting for someone else to do it. Also, be willing to give up a grudge or a fight with another because it's a dead end. It's like there is probably a grudge or a fight. The sun sign of Cancer is very good at that, like holding a grudge and being passively aggressive. So I want to say that in the astrology and the moon phases and the sun sign of Cancer, in all signs, all 12 signs, there is a vibration, a lower vibration, and then there's a higher vibration. So we are always evolving as humanity, and we are evolving like crazy right now. We are evolving. That's where all this heartache and breakthroughs and breakdowns and detours, it's because we are on a mission to evolve into more loving, self-loving, collectively loving humanity. So this full moon is about self-love. So wherever you may be holding a grudge or a argument or fight with another because they aren't meeting your needs, I want you to release it into the sky under this full moon. And I want you to tend to yourself. Give yourself that need. Do something for yourself that takes the fight away. Yeah, there you go. And close the door. Close the door. There is an ending. Close the door. It's done. You've given all you can. You've done all you can. Close the door. It is time for you to tend to your needs. They will not be met there. Okay? And this might also have to do with another, but it might have to do with your own inner self, what you give and withhold from yourself in regards to self-love, self-care, self-nourish. Okay? So again, don't be afraid to try a new way. It's all about taking action on how you get your most basic emotional needs met in the most loving way possible. So I have a mantra to support you in this full moon. At this time, I want you to close your eyes and listen. Your mind might be going, oh, I know who that is. What is? Yeah. Okay. Put that aside for a moment. And I want you to listen to these words. A mantra is like a cleaning agent, cleansing agent. It helps us remember and align. We need a lot of help, us humans. So here's the mantra. Close your eyes and listen to these words. I'm going to repeat them, and then you will have them to use in the show notes and in your own notes at a later time for Under the Moon. I speak lovingly to myself, and I accept my needs for emotional connection. I speak lovingly to myself, and I accept my needs for emotional connection. I am safe to be alone, and I am learning to love myself more fully. I am safe to be alone. I am learning to love myself more fully. We'll just let that sink in. Let it sink in. So this time, this learning, this space is all for you. So if you would like to listen to this one more time and come back, it's all up to you. Use this to your advantage. I've set this up, this time together, in ways that are helpful for you, so you can stop the recording and start it anytime. You can go back. You can sit under the full moon on January 13th. Get yourself in that pink bubble. Breathe in the word you chose and repeat the mantra over and over. I speak lovingly to myself and accept my needs for emotional connection. I am safe to be alone, and I am learning to love myself more fully. And now we're going to speak about and shift forward into 2 weeks later into the new moon in Aquarius on January 29th. A very different energy, but they're very connected. So the moon is fast moving. The moon orbits the earth orbits the sun. And when the sun is shining directly on the moon, we have a full moon, January 13th. When the earth gets in the way and the earth is there between the moon and the sun, we have a new moon. And you can count on the cycles. You can count on the cycles of the moon. If I plugged into the astrology 50 years from now, we could know what full moon and what new moons, an exact date, an exact time in January 50 years from now. So just trust the universe. Trust that the universe has a soul blueprint that it runs on, just like you do. Deeper trust in yourself with this full moon in Cancer, and a deeper trust in the universe with this new moon in Aquarius. So the new moon in Aquarius takes us deeper into the mystery. This, wow, I love myself. I know what I need. I'm going to honor that. I'm going to make my intentions for this year be in alignment with my inner wise self. My inner wise self tells me how to take care of myself, what nourishes me. And what is the deeper mystery? Well, we look up into the sky and the moon is missing because it's dark. It's there. But we see the stars, and Aquarius energy is saying, okay, you have a good grounding and you get to work on this all year of self-love, understanding and tending to your true self because you're safe in your own skin. And you're creating your life this year to feel like you, like more you than you ever have, more you. Take your time. There is no rush. So the new moon in Aquarius is the symbol of the new age. It's a new beginning. It's a new start. This is the real new year, as according to the astrology and according to many other ways of looking at time, is to start the new year in March when the spring comes, or in February, March. And so this January 29th new moon is really just stepping into the new year. So we got some good self-care going. And so we're opening to ideas, innovations, discoveries. This is both collective and personal, that the more you tend to your inner world and your needs and yourself, and you have your environments and your relationships feel safe, nourishing, and nurturing, the more you can expand your mind. The Aquarius is the sun sign of the mind. Now, a little side note, every one of us, whatever sun sign you're born under, you probably know that we carry all 12 sun signs. We carry all of them. And if you look at your astrology chart and you want to explore that more, you will understand how they all play together, and you have stronger energies in certain signs. But this is a collective strength new moon. It's about feeling your part in humanity, feeling that come alive a bit more. So it's about what is for the collective good and what is good for the whole. The Aquarian is very interested in that. And how can all these new innovations, technology, and science benefit the whole. And Aquarius is showing you under this moon, this new moon, how to be a good steward of your own life and how this enhances everyone around you. So we're going to go into that Aquarian energy for a moment. So you're in your beautiful pink bubble. You got your nourishing coziness, your self, you feel good in your skin. And then you're going to just sit there and breathe in that word. Breathe in the word for 2025, love, harmony. And as you're breathing in that word and breathing out that word, you're strengthening your light, your energy. And the Aquarius energy, the Aquarian is a water bearer, but he pours out ideas, information, light, codes, activating your light, your higher self, aligning you with your soul blueprint, with your heart, soul, body, mind. And so imagine, sense, or feel as you sit in this beautiful bubble of pink, juicy love that into the top of your head, into the top of this bubble is pouring sparkling light. Sparkling light. It's nourishing. It's nurturing. It is potent, healing ideas, thoughts. It's purifying too. It's releasing fearful thoughts and it's activating your higher mind, the place in you where your inner light switch is being turned on. And you can feel a beautiful, powerful connection with the higher mind, with the collective consciousness of love, of taking care of each other, of the collective good. And just let that energy pour into your being and sparkle and bring alive your cells. It's such a fuel for you. It's fuel. And just receive this light of the love, of the sparkling synchronicities, the sparkling magic of life, the opening of the portals of exactly what you need to receive for healing, for hope, for revealing. There's something that you've been waiting for, and it's time, and you're receiving it now. Under the energy of this new moon, there is a revealing, something to you about yourself that will give you the key that you've searched for. There's an aha moment, and you're in it. Be aware of it. It's activated. Your energy is activated with pure, beautiful light, love. And as you're in that energy, I want you to listen and receive the mantras. New moon mantra. I am courageous and self-loving as I look deeper into the ways that I act and react. I love myself unconditionally through it all. Beautiful. So again, you can listen to this, journal, write a few words about your experience. Anytime under the moon energy, this moon energy is already active. I think that it is already speaking to you. You were guided to this podcast, and be assured that the sparkling synchronicities and magic and fuel for your energy, fuel for your heart, fuel for healing will continue. So before I complete our time together, I want to give you a few little tidbits of collective energy messages. So I want you to know that the more you can work with the moon energy and journaling prompts. So the journaling prompts for the new moon are be open to the sparkling synchronicities and write about them. What sparkling synchronicities are you experiencing? And that's when everything kind of comes together magically. So you need to be in that energy, and you will be protected and guided and move through this time, because January is going to feel like a tight squeeze, because we're all in a portal of great spiritual growth and evolution of our collective consciousness. And I will assure you, we are indeed heading towards a more loving, kind, compassionate, and harmonious world. Remember that. And remember that it's up to each one of us to make a commitment to ourselves to be that in our own personal worlds as best we can. Self-love, self-kindness, compassion, harmony to ourselves and to those in our immediate world. That is how this is going to work. Because people out there, others that aren't in this personal spiritual portal of growth and consciously, will be feeling like their emotional needs aren't met, and they'll be wondering why, and you'll know why. You'll be like, oh, because I got to get myself nourished. The moon is the key to my inner world. It's the key to self-love. It's the key to my soul blueprint, what I'm doing here at this time. Why am I here? And you'll know. So pen to that. And then everyone awakens at their own time. So remember that. You're awakened. You're awakening. You wouldn't be listening to this if you weren't. And everyone else is on their own timetable. People are also going to be feeling not part of the collective, or part like they know best. They know best, and you should do it this way. And the way we're going to be doing it is the way where everyone gets their needs met. Everyone. We know that's possible. We know it. We've been awakened. You've been awakened to that. And then there's the gripping, tight hanger-oners. Okay? So just let them do what they do. You're going to be tending to yourself and just sharing your beautiful self with whoever you desire to. The healers and light workers are here for you. You probably may be a healer or a light worker. I'm here for you. And many, many, many of us have created and prepared this sacred space to help our fellow human through the grief, the transformations, the medicine, the true medicine, and to receive the true medicine, which is love. And because we are, and we're waking up, we are indeed beings of light here, having human experiences, and hoping that we're on our soul path. The soul of the earth and the energies of the dimensions of the unseen, the angels, the guides, the spirit helpers, are one heart. They're all collectively helping us right now. It's so powerful. And to be a part of that is how we ride this out, how we open. So I'm going to leave you with that. The new moon on January 29th is really the new year. January 1st is self-love, baby, all the way. Self-care, self-love, feeling at home in your own skin, feeling safe. And in order to support you, I have some offers in collaboration with my time here and my work, and with Irene and her very, very special, beautiful heart. And I offer moon reports where you can get your personalized full moon and new moon, very similar to what we did here today, but you get it personalized, read from your astrology birth chart, and it will be more clear. But then also journaling to the heart. I have a workbook for radical self-love that you can receive to start anytime. And then I'm also having a community collective 30-day radical self-care through journaling. It can be at your own pace, but I will send to you once a day for 30 days starting February 1st, writing prompts, guided meditations that you can use to really support yourself. And that will be out February 1st. You can order your 30-day radical self-care, self-paced workbook anytime. You can order moon reports to support you in the full and new moon and get in the cycle of their full and new moons, because you know you are a part of this cosmos. Your body is aligned with the rhythms of the moon. The moon pulls and makes the tides and the waters happen. And the moon has so many blessings for you. Following the phases of the moon is the key to unlocking your soul path. Yeah. And be assured you're on your soul path. And any way that I can be of assistance, I'm here for you. I also offer other work, my astrology readings, intuitive readings, mediumship, soul counseling. So your special offers for our Rise and Renew Host Takeover can be found on my website. And the links will be in the show notes for you. So in closing, I'm going to close our sacred time together, this container, and you take it with you. So in closing, I want you to remember that you are in this beautiful pink bubble of unconditional love. Your spirit helpers, your angels, your guides, your loved ones in spirit, the earth, the beautiful trees and plants and flowers are all expressing their deep, deep gratitude for you, for being a most brave and courageous human. And they're expressing their joy, just as you gaze at the moon and look in wonder, the moon is gazing back at you and sending you many, many blessings from the heavens, from the cosmos. And I'm sending you many, many blessings from the heart of Gaia, my heart, to you. Happy, happy, happy New Year. And let's make this our best year yet by setting our intentions, by loving ourselves, by being part of the collective evolution into living our embodied highest self. Okay, much, much love, many, many, many blessings.
Thanks for tuning in to Grief and Rebirth. Remember, you can dive deeper into everything we've discussed by checking out the show notes and all past episodes at ireneweinberg.com. Don't forget to follow us on social media at Irene S. Weinberg on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and wherever you love to hang out online. Plus, we're on YouTube, so be sure to subscribe and never miss a video. For those of you listening, you'll find links to my 2 books, Good to the Last Drop and They Serve Bagels in Heaven, in the show notes. And if you're watching on YouTube, you can see those books listed right above, so don't miss out. And here comes a special treat. If you sign up for Audible as a first-time user using my link, which you can find in the show notes, you can get They Serve Bagels in Heaven for free. And finally, people often ask me what I read, what I use, and what I recommend for healing and self-care. So I've carefully curated a compilation of those items to share with you. You can head over to kit.co/Grief and Rebirth to check them out. Thanks again for tuning in, and until next time, many blessings.